had to take some break here and I had to enroll, and then I joined AccuJobs. So it took me 2 mock interviews to clear my placements. I got the chance and I worked there for 1 year and 10 months. So almost 2 years I worked there. I had to work like Monday to Saturday, even on Sundays, for 15-16 hours. It was not healthy also. My health was getting impacted. My confidence was literally shattered after 8 months of working there. Like I thought that I have no place in the industry now. Literally like that.
Hello everyone. We have here with us Naman Sharma, who recently restarted his tech career after completing course with AccuJob. So welcome Naman and congratulations for starting again.
Thank you, Vansi.
Naman, let's go back and let's start. Very early on, when you were still in school, college. How was that for you? Did you know at that point that you would be getting into tech? Let's go back.
When I was in 11th, 12th, I wasn't that good. Like I didn't knew like what will happen. Then I got into a college here, Amity University, Noida, and took computer science. So yeah, initially the first 3 years, how they for us the COVID took place, and then for us the college was 2 years, and then 2 years from home. But yeah, the first 3 years I didn't realize that okay, placements and all. In final year, like everyone gets like a chance. So I started preparing for interviews then, and that time I got an opportunity in 2 places, like ITC Infotech and Cognizant. And in 2021, when the placements were going on final year campus placements, at that time the market was very good. The market was very good, so I got an opportunity and I got started my career. Then I went and I
What was your role?
I was working as a production support engineer. I was not a developer there.
What does a product engineer does?
Yeah, so what he does is that production support engineer is one who basically gets tickets. So what happens is, let's suppose we have an application and you are a user. You raise a concern, okay, that I'm getting this ticket. So what happens is that you raise a ticket, let's say in Amazon, that moves to an L1 team. If L1 team is not able to solve your query, then it moves to L2, and finally if L2 is not able to solve it, then it moves to L3. So I was in L3 production support, where tickets used to come. We had to convince the clients that okay, this is what we have done in this week. These are the issues we have resolved, and informed the users as well that okay, this issue is occurring because of this reason. So that was basically the role there.
So related to tech, like you needed basic understanding, but not really developing or solving these cases.
Okay.
Understood. Got it. So you joined that in 2021. So how long did you? 2021 you started preparing, and then 2020.
Yeah, I got. So
yeah.
I got the chance and I worked there for 1 year and 10 months. So almost 2 years I worked there.
And why did you decide to leave, or like how did the desire to get into tech as in development that happened?
So I had like a known who was like whom we knew. So he was working in a startup. I was a gaming and trading based startup, and it was a very initial startup. Like it did had many people, so they wanted people. Okay, so they like said okay, if you are working in support, if you want like to work in development, you can come here and start working. So I worked I went there, and like I made a switch, and I got my first opportunity. I was lucky to get one. I didn't have the technical skills back then, but I was lucky that I got that opportunity. So yeah, then my tech journey started from there.
Got it. So if you already had the job, that means you were learning on the job, right? This chance very few people get in today's market. I hardly know anybody, right? So definitely, as you said, very lucky. Then where did the course come in? Like, why did you decide that you formally do a course, formally learn? How did that happen?
So what happened was that, see, initially there were two people in my previous company whom used to give me work. Okay, so with one guy like whom I knew personally, he was like a technical person. He knew how much I knew and my like whole background. I was coming from support, so he gave me tasks and he gave me the time to work on those tasks. But the other guy, he was personally he is fine, I am okay with him, but professionally, in terms of professional behavior, it wasn't the one which I appreciated. And so basically he didn't give me that time initially. So there is a saying, right, the first impression is the last, like they say. So my first impression to him was not that great. Okay, and even when I was doing fine, I was started developing, I was doing good, even then his mindset didn't change. Okay, and it was happening like daily, that I have to like even when I was doing work, then I had to listen, like hear from him. So I decided that this can't continue, and I had to work like Monday to Saturday, even on Sundays, for 15-16 hours. Yeah, so it was not healthy. Also my health was getting impacted. Then I said that I had to take some break here and I had to enroll, and then I joined Accio Jobs. So yeah, here
Got it. Toxic workplace and burnout because of that, it's a big issue, right? And I am so happy that you had the guts, right? It takes guts and bravery, no, to say stop, not anymore, and take that call for yourself. So you did it. So like kudos to you for that. And then you took, like you said, you took 4 months of break. So Naman, you must have evaluated a lot of different coaching institutes that would help you upskill. So what made you choose your job?
firstly it was an offline learning program. So that was one I wanted to stay busy, like even if I don't have a job, but it was like I wanted to stay busy and I wanted to meet people. My aim was that, okay, I'll join this course and I'll come Delhi to travel from Delhi to Noida, and I'll attend the class, improve my concepts, and help the freshers also. They were also very curious about my case, since I took a break, and then so they also supported me, and I also helped them that, okay, this is how it works, and this is how things you will be doing in the industry. So I helped them as well. So it was a great experience overall, to be honest. Everyone respected me, they respected my skill set, so I liked it. Yeah.
Got it. And about the course itself, what did you like about the AccioJob course? What stood out? So what did you not like? Both.
Yeah, so what did I like was that they take regular tests, and offline drives are there in Hackio Jobs, so you can give tests. They personally take tests, and like Shubham sir and Abhishek sir, they are there here. So they basically after on every Friday I used to have a test. So that way I used to check, and I monitored myself, like, okay, in terms of others, how am I doing, how am I performing. So this gave me a confidence. My confidence was literally shattered after 8 months of working there. Like I thought that I have no place in the industry now, literally like that. But then when I started giving tests and I realized that okay, I know something, I am doing fine, I'm improving. So that gave me the confidence that okay, this was one thing. And there's nothing honestly not to not like. I don't think I can think of a thing like I didn't like, honestly. Like for me, it was a great experience. Yeah.
That's very good to hear. And from feeling very dejected and underconfident to coming to a point that yes, you're confident in your skills, that matters a lot, and that helps actually crack a job, right? To perform good in tests, interviews, and taking that test every week, that would have given you massive confidence. So how long was the placement journey when you got ready for your when you gave your placement mock to the time you were placed? How long was that?
2 months. 2 months.
Wow.
2.5 months. Yeah.
Very nice.
Basically, when I gave so basically I gave my first mock interview in like I think in Feb. Okay, and I failed terribly. Like it was I will always say the first mock interview, just give it to know the pattern. You'll know the pattern, what they are asking. What the next mock interview, I nailed it, so I did well. So I was like okay, now I know that what they are asking. So it took me 2 mock interviews to clear my placements. Yeah. And then basically when my placement journey started, so initially what the thing was that I got placed in like I got a call from Alter Square, Doctor's Tech, and one more company, I think Marshipet. All 3 interviews were parallelly aligned for me. So yeah, this was great for me. I got into like Doctor's Tech and Alter Square, and I finally decided to get into Doctor's Tech. So I chose Doctor's Tech.
Nice. So you got into 3 interviews. So you reached till interview stage in 3 companies. 2 you were selected in, and 1 you finally chose, right? So let's talk about the interview process a little bit for people who have been rejected in a lot of interviews, right? People who lose their confidence. To them, what is your advice? Like, how do you do, like, out of 3 getting 2 and then having the choice to select the one you want, right? That's amazing. So what advice do you have for people who are rejected often?
So I would say, see, even when I was giving interviews, like there were some interviews where I failed terribly. Like I didn't do well. Sometimes you get to know the interviewer, the way he's asking questions, right? You get to know the intent, whether he has come to actually hire you or just to show his intelligence. Sometimes that happens. So be confident, just be sure that you have learned the concepts, and whatever you have learned, just keep in mind that will be asked. Don't think otherwise, like oh, what if he asked this, what if he asked this. So be relaxed, be confident. And I'll tell you, even in my Doctor's Tech interview, the first question which he asked, I was not able to crack that question. It was a CSS based question, so I didn't get it right, but I did got the call because later on in the interview I performed better. So you never know when in an interview the interview might get impressed by your skill set. So I would say, even if you get, like, let's say in an interview, if they ask 10 questions and you are answering 5, right? And let's say you are not able to answer 5, but the interviewer checks whether your knowledge in the 5 answers you gave, it's deep or not. Like your knowledge should be deep. Whatever you know, you should know it till the very end. Like if he asks from your answer, you should know that, because The next question comes from the answer itself. That you gave. So that is one advice that I will give, and be relaxed. Be very relaxed. Don't show tension on your face in an interview. That is a no. So yeah, that is what I would.
Very, very valid point. Your knowledge should be deep, and if a follow up question is asked, you must be able to answer that. Absolutely. You see, in tech, right, you don't need to know everything, but what you know, you should know absolutely everything about, right? So go deep instead of going wide, right?
Yeah. Good.
Understood. Got it. All right, Naman. I have another question for you, right? Like, if so, this is a little bit of emotional question for you, but to the Naman who was, who had left the job, who was feeling very underconfident, what advice would you give that Naman now?
Yeah, I would say that, you see, without trying, nothing happens. You will have to try to get somewhere. So work hard. You will get the opportunity. Just get the basics right. If you have the basics right, if you have worked on yourself, if you have built projects, be confident and you will go through. So that is one advice which I will give. And don't be don't be afraid, I would say. Don't be afraid.
Yes, and you've shown many times you've been very brave in your journey, right? You've taken brave decisions. Absolutely. Success is for brave people.
Yeah.
Okay. And people who are starting their careers, like people who are graduating now in 2025 and still don't have a job, you give them a basic roadmap that can help them get their first job fast.
Yeah. So the thing is, with web development, I would say the teacher can only guide you with the tools. You have to apply the tools. So build projects, build every day, build something and showcase it, and like just apply everywhere. You should, as a fresher, one should not look for fancy packages. You don't need it. Look for an entry, just enter. Some people say, oh, I will enter when I get 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. That is like, who in now in today's time, that is very difficult. If you get it, great. I mean, then though it's great. But I would say start. If you get a start, right, that is okay. You will reach, as you gain experience, you will get what you want. So yeah, that is one advice.
Very, very
And
different.
and one more thing is that don't be afraid. Like for those students like who think that now they have got a gap or something like that, like I have taken a gap in my professional experience. So gap is not a concern if you have the skills.
How do you explain that gap? See, even when you have skills, how do you explain it when you have that gap in your resume? How do you explain that to the interviewer?
So if you talk about a fresher, let's say if a fresher has a gap, let's say he graduated in 2024 and he does not if he is not placed in 2025, it's been an year now. So for him, he can simply say that I was upskilling myself. The HR will realize that, okay, and if possible, go for free internships, go for freelancing, go for everything. One or the other thing will come in hand. Okay, so I would say that in terms of gap explaining for a fresher, he can say that, okay, I took this gap because I wanted to upskill myself. I wanted to reach a level where I can add value to the business. Okay, for experience, yes, this becomes a concern that yes, if an experienced candidate has a gap in his career, uh, I would say in my personal experience, since I had a 4 months gap, so I said medical reasons.
Hmm. Yeah.
Medical reasons.
Which is
But
partially true, right, for you, because mental health is important.
that is partially true, no doubt. But if you have a gap of an year, right, then I would say that you will have to enter into the freelancing space. You have to build live projects, showcase one client, because now you have experience. And after that, if you have, and if you say like, oh, I was preparing for let's say some non-tech exam, UPSC or something like that, the interviewer will not like it, because the interview wants that you should have something in your resume which is relevant to the industry. UPSC is not relevant in tech, right? So that is one. So I would say that he should always go for projects, and always go for something. Look for clients. Look for any client. So yeah. Or like me, he can enroll in a course, upskill, and then like he can get placed.
Got it. Got it. Very, very valid. Show relevant experience, or maybe say upskill, as you were doing. So, your how long did your course last for? 6 to 8 months, right? At Accojo, right?
Yeah, 8 months. I think it was an 8 months course. Yeah.
8 months course. Got it. In that 8 months, what is your favorite memory? Like, do you have a favorite memory?
I would say that once in my class, so I used to come very late in class. So I remember Shubham sir, he also lives here in Dasharathpuri.
Acha.
Son only. So he told me, Naman, kahan se aate ho? Like, where do you come from? So I told him Dasharathpuri. He said, I come from the same place. Early of the English. So that was a fun memory, and he told me that remember that you are coming for a job, to get a job, right? So be disciplined. So yeah, that was a experience I remember.
Learning also. Got it. All right. One last question for you, Naman. In one word, so I ask this question to all the people I speak with. So, in one word, how would you describe Accojo?
It's great. I would say great for learners who want to learn, who want to upskill, irrespective of the background. I can understand that. Yes, see, what I usually saw was that if you are from a non-tech background, okay, then the opportunities for you gets slightly less. That's everywhere, like that. But you still get the opportunities, right? You will still get a chance. There are many companies who have eligibility criteria for freshers as any degree, any background. So apply for those. Go for test yourself every time, every week. I would say you will do better. You will get better, and you will finally get placed. You will get a start. Luckily, me, I don't have to spend any internship period as for an experience, because I got a full-time role, so I was lucky. But even if you get an internship period for, let's say, for a few months, it's no harm in that. Go take that opportunity, add it into your resume, build your experience, and then yeah.
Got it. So, upskill and then you'll get a job, right? So, that is your job. And that's what we say also, right? We are a training and placement company. And that's what you explained also. All right. Thank you so much, Naman. It's very good to hear how much you have grown as a person, all the brave choices that you made in your career. And I'm very grateful that a team of 100 at Accojo, what we are trying is what we were able to deliver to you. So happy feeling for that also. Thank you so much for joining us today.